We, the folk of the North, have our own stories. It is these we should tend to. Warmed on our hearth fires for generations, the myths and folklore of our ancestors are waiting for us to return home. One of these stories speaks to us of the twilight of the gods, and yet this foretold sunset leads to another sunrise. The darkness between suns in the land of the Northmen is not something we should fear. This is why our hearth fires burn. Never let these fires of tradition go out, for it is the flame that calls us home. Your ancestors knew why they tended the fires. Do you remember? Do you remember what we must do on the night when the sun is born again? Red and white, blood on the snow. This is a time of sacrifice to the sun, so that he returns and winter reigns no more. The sun dies on this, the longest of nights, but the blood on the snow reminds him of his warmth. And so he returns from the cold death of an icy embrace to the hearth fires, where he is kindled until our flames reach the heavens. Do not forget us, crackle the hearth fires of the frozen north, for without the sun we die. Red and white, blood on the snow, white spots on the old shaman's red steed, whither he rides on the wild hunt through a snow-speckled sky, gifting prey when the harvest is long forgotten. This is a time of hunger, famine knocking at creaking frosted doors. Open it wide, a blast of frosty air blows the warming fire sideways for but a fleeting moment. This is as long as it takes to march into the frozen wastelands, bow in hand. Will you eat today? Blood on the snow is food over the hearth fires. Red and white, blood on the snow, the aging stranger's red and white fur. He is the wise one, the seeker, the magician. He knows the deeds of your hands and your heart. He knows if you will be blessed on this, the longest and darkest of nights. Did you share your harvest? When the sun was in its prime, did you squander time? You will reap what you sow, the stranger knows. He passes by on the solstice air and rewards only the worthy. Red and white, blood on the snow, colors usurped by the impostor, a false idol of commercialism sainted by the deniers of kith and kin. Why is the evergreen brought inside? You have forgotten. Why is the mistletoe hung from the rafters? You have forgotten. Why is the visitor wearing red and white? You have forgotten. But your soul remembers. The red and white trinkets hanging from the green tree mirror the flesh and blood sacrifices hanging from the forest shrines. Do you remember now? On the longest of winter nights may you receive the gift of memory. Remember the red and the white. Remember the blood on the snow. Remember your ancestors' hearth fires and light your own, the life-giving warmth swirling and twisting its way into the frosty heavens, a reminder to the sun to shine again. Remember the blood on the snow, the sacrifices hanging from the family tree. May those who betray these memories be cast aside, just as they have cast aside the very blood in their own veins. Those who scorn the heritage of hearth and home are deserving of scorn returned. Should they some day prove worthy of redemption, their severed branch lies where our roots will cautiously weave their return. Until then, traitors to the blood are exiles. May they remain forever in winter's grip. May the bloodless remain exiled without a sun, left behind to writhe in the heart of darkness they claim to adore. The eternal light shines through the darkness for those who remember hearth and home. It shines from the treetops in our forests and from the light we place atop the chosen evergreen that we bring into our home to remind us of our place in the world. This is the light that swirls above us all, the holy flame without, the fire of spirit within. This is the burning of creativity, the smoldering fire of race and clan. This is the spark from which we came and to which we will return. This is eternity in flame, the light that never goes out. This is what burns from hearth to hearth across the frozen north, in the deep, dark cold of winter, the warmth that sustains generations. This is the solstice sun, a reminder that what sets will rise again, and all the more fiercely burn. May solstice dreams light your soul on fire. Happy Yule.